I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. After mostly seasonal highs in the mid-50s to the low 60s this afternoon, some spotty light rain and sprinkles that continue through this evening, and some northwest winds gusting up to 40. Cloud cover and rain chances increase by tomorrow afternoon as low pressure begins to once again move across the plains. Occasional rain is likely tomorrow night through Friday night. Minor slushy snow accumulations are possible late Friday night through Saturday morning as the precipitation starts to wind down. Slight chances of rain and snow continue into Saturday night. Total rainfall should range a quarter to a half inch, possibly up to an inch from central Nebraska to northwest Kansas. Highs bottom out in the low to mid 40s on Saturday. Lows mostly in the 20s. Friday night through Sunday night serve as a reminder that the growing season is not here yet. Highs are in the mid 60s to around 70 by Tuesday. In the long-term forecast, Nebraska and Kansas temperatures go from seasonal to slightly warmer than normal very early next week before a strong likelihood of warmer than normal temperatures late next week through April 15th. By the middle of April, central Nebraska highs are usually in the low 60s with average overnight lows in the mid-30s. Rain chances dry up with below normal precipitation indicated Monday through April 15th for Nebraska, Kansas, and the western U.S. all the way to the Midwest. Key weather factors driving the markets include several storms tracking across the U.S., Argentina turning drier, and decreasing rain for Brazil. Strong low pressure crossing the western Corn Belt reaches the upper Great Lakes early tomorrow. Wet snow subsides later today across the upper Midwest, but severe thunderstorms continue to hammer areas from the lower Great Lakes to the southeastern plains. The next several days, a nearly stationary front across the Mid-South and lower Midwest increases the risk of major flooding from 5-day rainfall that could total 4 to 10 inches or more. Rain in the Mid-South could wash out winter grains and recently planted summer crops. This weekend, heavy rain finally builds eastward, but sharply colder air begins to overspread the central and eastern U.S. The upcoming cold wave should peak across the eastern U.S. the early to middle of next week. The central and southern plains wheat areas see a better chance of widespread rain late tomorrow through Saturday. If there's not much rain, drought increases across western areas of the southern plains with a much drier forecast next week. The Midwest and Delta with too much rain expect increased fieldwork delays, especially with the colder temperatures of next week. Across Brazil, moderate to heavy rain benefits some, but not all second crop corn areas with low soil moisture. If soil moisture is not built up, and this month's dry season starts too early in Brazil, it could be damaging to pollinating and filling corn. Towards Argentina, mostly dry weather this week is helping with the maturing of corn and soybeans as well as harvest. Frost from colder air later this week in southern Argentina could damage a small portion of immature crops. Rain increases next week in Argentina and may delay harvest. In southern Europe, timely rains continue the rest of the week while the north is becoming too dry. Rain in eastern Europe this weekend may provide some benefit, while northwestern areas might stay too dry. With your check of ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.